Chat, it don't matter. Even if she was to just be white, why does that matter? Skin tone shouldn't matter. We in 2024. Why are we still having a race? We still putting a racism card. Black don't gotta be with black. White don't have to be with white. And Mexican don't have to be with Mexican. Race don't have to be just race.
All right, peace, Black family. So everybody keeps sending me this Travel Hunter story and want me to talk on it. At this point in my journey, I'm over it. Like, what are we trying to do? We trying to convince people to love blackness. And granted, I understand that this sister is half black, but it's deeper than that. This goes into the conversation of colorism and etc. that exists within the black community. But we can't convince nobody to love their race and love their culture the same way we can't convince nobody to not indulge in homosexual behavior. No matter how much Malcolm X you quote, no matter how much Marcus Garvey you quote, and Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, that's not going to stop somebody from liking the opposite sex. The same way that's not going to stop somebody from, being a self-hating coon. You get what I'm saying? Like this, it's just not going to happen. So at this point, African people who care about preserving the race and black economics and etc. need to focus on themselves and other African people who care about that type of stuff. And those who don't, you trim off the fat. We gonna waste a lot of time trying to convince Negroes not to be Negroes. As Lalita Africa say, a Negro under a warranty gonna wear you out. Cause every time you think you get that Negro down, that warranty gonna kick in. They're gonna Negrofy right back up. All right. At this point, what we doing? Who cares? Let him do what he doing over there, and we do what we doing over there. Keep the spaces and separate apart, and do what you gotta do as an African person. Wasting a lot of time trying to convince Negroes not to Negro. Now, let me be clear. Is this a case study? Is this something that we could look at and say, okay, something we can examine? Of course. But again, trying to convince Negroes not to Negro, it's not going to happen. And what's sad about this is that the people who think like this, right, are creating a generation for millions of African children to be trapped in the system of racism and white supremacy. They're promoting self-hatred, et cetera, et cetera. But then they're going to turn around 20 years from now and say, I don't understand why this race thing is not getting any better, right? Because you indulge in racial showcasing and all those things that we talking about now. It starts with you, right? And he's going to be a prime example of that. So yes, can this be a case study, something we could look back years now and say, you see, look, this is how this all things happens, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and the destruction of black civilization. But again, trying to convince Negroes not to Negro, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. And then you got the sports heads, the Negroes who still, talking crazy. They don't care. They literally they don't care. Sports means everything to them. They don't care.